The movie opens in West Virginia, introducing us to our protagonist, Jimmy Logan. He is seen explaining the lyrics of his favorite song to his loving daughter, Sadie. Jimmy is a former football player who lost a leg during a match in high school. He now has a construction job in the tunnels underneath the Charlotte Motor Speedway. He is very close to his daughter, but sadly, he only gets to meet her once a week as she lives with her mother. Bobby. Turns out the couple separated years back, and now Bobby lives with her rich husband, Moody, and 2 sons. One day, Jimmy is going through his regular shift in the construction site when he's summoned by his boss. The latter is just learned about Jimmy's leg injuries, so he fires him for being a potential liability. Following this, Jimmy drives to his sister Melly, who is a hairstylist by profession. She is in charge of preparing Sadie for her upcoming beauty pageant selection contest, but when Jimmy arrives there, he learns that Sadie's program was actually the previous day, not today, as he thought. After messing up, he goes to talk to his ex-wife, who is very much upset about this. But Sadie is more forgiving during their conversation. Bobby reveals that they'll be soon moving to Lynchburg, as Moody is planning to open up a new car dealership there. Jimmy is clearly distraught, as he doesn't want his daughter to move away so far from him. He then realizes that he needs a lot of money to hire the best lawyer to deal with this case. Later that evening, Jimmy goes to a bar run by his brother Clyde, a former war veteran who lost his arm and now wears a prosthetic one. The two then talk about their problems and speculate that the Logan family has been cursed. Their conversation is suddenly interrupted by the arrival of a pretentious NASCAR team owner, Max Giblin, and his 2 men. Max ruthlessly makes fun of Clyde's disability, which infuriates the brothers. As a result, Jimmy gets into a brawl with the gang members, while Clyde walks out and sets Max's expensive car on fire. Following this, Jimmy calls his brother Cauliflower, their secret code word they used when they committed crimes as young boys, because nothing says badass like vegetables. The next morning, while having breakfast, Clyde asks Jimmy for the reason why he used the code word. Jimmy then shares his plan to rob the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Despite Clyde's initial reluctance, Jimmy begins to explain all details of their targeted area. Turns out that while he was working in that tunnel, he came across the highly secured money storage system that uses pneumatic tubes for moving a vast amount of money to a real bank vault. To carry out the robbery successfully, they need to blow up this bank vault, and the only person who can do this is Joe Bang, an incarcerated safecracker. The brothers then pay a visit to Joe in the prison. As they share their plan, Joe laughs it off, wondering how he can carry out the heist while being in jail. However, the duo assures him that they can get him in and out of prison without detection. Joe agrees on the condition that they include as dim-witted younger brothers, Fish and Sam, in the mission. As a result, the Logan brothers had to meet the Bang brothers at the Easter Fair and recruit them in the heist. Furthermore, Jimmy and Clyde also involved their sister Melly in their scheme. As the first part of the plan, Clyde gets himself arrested by intentionally crashing a car through a shop window, earning him a 90-day sentence. After this, Joe and Clyde start working together in the prison. They also involved some fellow inmates to help them escape. Outside, Jimmy and his sister keep a close eye on a prison's delivery van, noting the exact date and time when it departs from the prison. On the other hand, Sam and Fish infest the Speedway's tube system with painted cockroaches in order to determine which tubes go to the real bank vault. One day, Jimmy stumbles upon a healthcare worker, Sylvia, who happened to be his classmate in high school.